Filipino interns accuse U.S. sponsors of abusing J-1 visas. Washington, D.C. All Jasper K wants it for the abuse and discrimination to stop. Sa amin, sama na yung kay Lang. For us, all we want is to be the last. He declared after denouncing the alleged misuse of the J-1 visas. It's meant for cultural exchange, but American firms pressed for workers by a booming economy and the effect of tighter controls at the border have resorted to filling their job vacancies with young but skilled foreigners like Jasper. The J-1 is the linchpin of the American Exchange Visa Program, EVP, which draws in about 300,000 visitors from 200 countries every year, according to the State Department's Bureau of Consular Affairs. It draws every profession, from expert physicians to students who found U.S. sponsors for internships like Kay and about a half dozen other Filipinos, all in their early 22nd and fresh from college, who now want to sue their sponsors. Fallon Rivera estimated there are about 50 other Filipinos in the Eastern Shore Resort Hotel that serves as her sponsor. Yung iba first time dito so hindi alam rights nila kaya hindi Mexico complain. Some first-timers here don't know their rights so they don't complain. She revealed to Manila Mail DC, suggesting their cases to just be the tip of the proverbial iceberg. Fellow complainants, Christine Balboa Enriquez, who requested not to reveal her surname, said they were treated by the Maryland hotel, we're withholding the identity of the businesses pending the filing of formal complaints, as regular employees, not apprentices as their visas required. Workplace abuse sa Payap Nito, Tinas Yuhadaton 20 Plato Natunong time, I was made to carry 20 heavy plates even though I'm so thin. She recounted, adding that their American overseers would verbally abuse them if they dropped the plate, or for sometimes even petty infractions. Although they were reportedly promised 300, they received only and worked as much as 16 hours a day. Mas mahirap pa minsan yung trabaho ni J-1, Jasper added, sa Pinas Katribune namin, Friday, Saturday at Sunday ang pinaka-busy panay Filipino, walang cutie sa line, puro, double shift. Sabing supervisor ay nila sa ibang lahi kay Mexico complain zero ang Pinoy trabaho lang, so taran I expect na talaga nila ialala nila kay Mike, sometimes the J-1's job is more difficult. Where we worked, Friday, Saturday and Sunday were the busiest days and there were no whites online, just Filipinos. A supervisor told me they don't want other races because they complain, Filipinos just work. You can see, they're really expecting to enslave us. Kay used to work at a North Dakota branch of a well-known U.S. restaurant chain. He says he left and traveled to D.C. to join his former classmates who are now on the front line of the complaint against abusive J-1 sponsors. July, another complainant, revealed she was ordered to work as a lifeguard in the hotel pool although she was never trained or certified for it, even that is, the Philippines. Sinagawang hotel kamukha silang intern tapos sa intern lang sila amasa para sa mabibigat na trabaho. What the hotel does is get interns and rely on them for all the heavy work. She told a panel of visiting Philippine labor officials led by Seth Sylvester Bello III at a recent forum at the Philippine Embassy. Visiting labor officials, one of those officials was Philippine Overseas Employment Administration, Chief Bernardo Lalias. The agency certifies foreign firms before they are allowed to recruit Filipinos for jobs around the world. He stressed the issue was personal for him. His own son apparently suffered the same fate, but since he wasn't in government at that time, Olalia said they didn't even realize it was potentially criminal. Pascalan ko ng legal ang proso. Ngayon nandito na kayo sa Department of Labor Kalang, Natakanto Kumpana ay nagsilang program, as far as I knew the process was legal. But now that I'm with the Department of Labor, I realized how the program is being abused. He told a group of Phil-Am community leaders. Searchlight New Mexico, a non-profit investigative news organization, revealed in October 2018 the recruitment of Filipino teachers on J-1 visas. More than 200 foreign teachers are taking a similar financial gamble to work in New Mexico public schools, where the teacher shortage has given rise to a desperate demand for math, science, special education and bilingual instructors, the report alleged. The Searchlight New Mexico report continues. From what I have heard, some firms do right by the teachers, and some firms are totally exploiting these people, said Ellen Bernstein, president of the Albuquerque Teachers Federation. I am worried about their living conditions and working conditions. Whether they have resources, transportation, mentorship, how much they are paying out of their paychecks. Let's call it by its old name, indentured servitude, said Eula Krakowska, a union organizer for the National Educators Association in New Mexico. It forces unrestricted compliance on the part of employees, because they want to stay here. Discussions with State Department. Some of the Filipinos have been interviewed by the State Department. The Philippine and United States governments have been discussing the program, revealed labor attaché Angela Trinidad. We are discussing a lot of issues. We are further discussing how to enhance the EVP, she added. The embassy's economic section chief Jose Victor Chen Gonzaga explained that while there's been an EVP ad hoc committee monitoring the program for decades, it was only last year that various agencies from both the Philippines and United States started investigating alleged abuses of the program. Eulalia pointed out that the EVP is not intended for United States employment or immigration. Wala po may hawas na ahensiya sa programa na neighbor regulate although meron itinadas na administrative order new na ang chairman ay yung DFA, hindi ganon. Strict lang regulation. There is no agency directly regulating it, although there was an administrative order that's prepared by DFA, they were not really strictly regulating it. He conceded that Filipinos who find work using the American J-1 visa are highly vulnerable. The normal labor migration process, Eulalia explained, includes verification of the host employer through the country's labor attaches, and key assistance to ensure the departing workers have the valid employment contract, including provisions that safeguard the safety and welfare in the host country. Wala po nito sa EVP, this is not so with the EVP, he stressed. And neither are there specific provisions in existing statutes that can be used against businesses abusing the J-1 visa. Lawyer Arnito Valera, who's agreed to take on the case of the Filipino complainants, believes these were a precedent that can be used against hiring establishments or individuals. Cross victims. He told the Manila Mail DC that a United States Department of Labor panel in San Francisco had ruled recently in a Filipino J-1 teacher's favor, finding that he was a victim of fraud in foreign labor contracting. He added their immediate focus would be to go after the recruiter who allegedly collected as much as $0.000 from each to get the EVP benefits. One complainant said these entities were allowed to freely move around school campuses, including large well-known universities in Manila, would lend the impression that they were legit and above board. Sinumbapo nila sa amin na yung pera na matagastos like sa amin pero hindi naman ito natupak. They promised, we affirmed, that the money we'll be spending, but they never delivered on that promise, said July. She was allegedly instructed that its authorities asked. She was to pay the thousands of dollars she doled out for program fees, not placement fees, which would be illegal and reveal their real status as recruitment agencies. She has reportedly been threatened to stop pursuing her complaint against the company. Valera also exhorted the visiting Philippine labor officials to look closer into these companies that portray themselves as facilitators for students wishing to study and gain work experience abroad, especially in the United States, but surreptitiously act as labor recruiters. Meanwhile, he said they will work for the complainants to get UV's acknowledgement of their new status as crime victims and vital witnesses in the prosecution of their tormentors. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe.